so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me, can't you see? You're everything that I'd hoped for.
You work hard. You do a good job. You're nice to your customers. Why then must you suffer?
If you take a look at it, I don't know what's the matter with it. It was working and now it's not working, and I'd like to get an exchange for it if I could.
An exchange?
Why don't you take a look at it?
Yeah.
That's right, thank you.
Sometimes they'll put soft drink or something on there.
No.
Certainly.
It was fine. It just,
What are you supposed to do? Tell them what you really think? Of course you can't do that. You suffered.
You people amaze me. You really amaze me. Your quality control people, they just have bats in the belfry, no picture. I'm pretty sure it's the EEPROM, so if you just want to take a look at that, I'd fix it myself, but I don't really have the tools, so.
My kids are having a total problem with the Nintendo system. It's just blank.
This Nintendo cleaning kit cleans up the connectors there, cleans up the connectors inside. If this gives you any more trouble, call the Nintendo hotline.
Even when you don't have the time to spend with the customer or have the final answer, Nintendo's got the answer to the problem. You suffered. After all, our business is entertainment. We believe that everything connected with Nintendo, even customer relations, should be suffered.
controller doesn't work.
Oh.
There's a picture, but there's no action. I didn't want to have to bring it in, but I just couldn't get it to work. And
There you go. It's working now.
Oh, look, sweetie, it's working. Could I bring you a pie later?